Good Friday morning, Bob Brooks here. Today I want to do another overview and review of itsonly5.com, and I want to review the compensation plan. And I want to show you in a simple way why this will not work and it's going to die. And there are a lot of red flags, and I'm going to raise some of those in here that people should look at. And one of the problems I have is people are very emotional on this. They're really hyping it up. There's a lot of people thinking this is working, and there's so many red flags, and it's going to die, and I'm going to show you why. But before I do that, hit the subscribe button and notification bell. So first, let me go to the compensation plan itself and talk about it real quick. Because the products, I'm really not sure what they are, because I've been so busy trying to learn how this thing works, because everybody tells me I don't understand, and when I try to ask questions, they tell me watch the video, and I tell them what it is, and nobody really answers the question other than watch the video, which tells me they don't know. So I've spent a lot of time, watched a lot of videos, and I've learned this compensation plan, and I understand it, and I know it won't work. But let me share my screen, and we'll go through this real quick. So here's the compensation plan, and it's a company force matrix, and I'm going to show you what that is in a second. So you start out, you get a position for $5. You're on cycle 1, $5. When there's 14 people, which means you're going to have to drop 3 levels under this position. There's going to be 2, then 4, and then 8. Those 8 positions are going to pay you, they say a total of abundance, cute word, total of $40. They're going to take 20 out to put you into cycle 2, and they're going to pay your sponsor $1. That sounds great, and you're going to receive $19 for that position that just cycled. It seems really easy. 14 people, that's great. But this is a company force matrix. It's not 14, it's only 14 for the first guy. It accelerates and becomes more and more positions as you go. But let's go through this, because as you go through these cycles, they say, when you hit this level 6, they're going to give you 200 tickets back into cycle 1 out of the money you made. They're going to keep, they're going to keep, and sponsors are going to make $1,000 now when you cycle at this level. That sounds great, but I'm going to show you where this is never going to happen. But these 200 are going to come right back into cycle 1 and supposedly give this momentum to go. Understand, the first person that's going to receive these 200 tickets is going to be position 1, because it's a company force matrix. Only one person has that spot, and we're going to go through what this means. But this is how it goes. It takes 14 people in your matrix to cycle. And so what that means, let me show you another diagram here. This is a spot I have. This is a spot, a position, a spot. I don't want to use people. That's what I got hit on last time, saying I was saying people. They're not people, they're positions. And you can buy as many positions as you want. This position is round 1, position 10,017. It has to drop down 3 levels before he cycles, which means he has to have 14 people in here. I want you to notice these positions doubled here. Oh, a little more than double, 21,435. But it has to go 3 levels before you get there. This is why it's not going to work, because 10,000, it had to double, and this is positions. It had another 10,000 before this position had 2 positions under him. Because let me show you what a force matrix looks like. Here's a force matrix. There's only one matrix in the company. This is not your matrix. This is the owner's matrix. He's right here. Then you have position 1, position 2, position 3, 4, 5, 6, and it just keeps filling left to right. If you sponsor somebody and they purchase a position, and let's say you're this guy right here, it does not fall here. It goes over to here, then here, then here. But if this guy is the first one to sponsor somebody, it's going to fall on the next level under this person over here. Still falls under this guy's. Now, if you remember, you need 14 positions. So I want to go through this and show you something. So you need 14 positions. You need 2, 4, and 8. So when this has 14 people, spot 1 cycled. And I drew this out another way. So here it is. Spot 1 needed 14 positions to cycle, made $19, and he went into round 2. Now, I took this guy right here, the guy that's on the 4 level, the last guy in on level 4, this position here. How many does he need to fill? If the next person comes in, goes here, all the way back over to the left, and has to fill left to right, he needs this whole level to fill before he has his first 2. Then, remember, it has to go down 3 levels to get 14, because right now he's only got 2 folks, or 2 positions. So it has to drop down another level. The 16 level has to completely fill before he has 4 positions underneath him. Then he has to wait until the 32 level position fills from left to right until he has his 8. It's 56 positions have to go through before he cycles for $19. This is not an equal opportunity. 14 to 56 is ridiculous. This person needed 1, 2. So he comes in here. He would need all he would need 4, 8, and 16. He would need 28. 28, 14 positions, 28 positions, 56 positions. This one would need 16, 32, and 64. This one's going to need 32, 64, 128. The next position down, and it keeps doubling. It keeps doubling to fill the positions. So as this thing grows, these numbers down here, this is going to have to be into the 42, 43,000 positions before this will fill. This is going to have to be into the 80,000 type positions before it fills to make $19. So you're talking, it's already been 10,000, another 20,000, and another 40,000. No, 42, because 20 and 40, another 40,000, another 80, 120, about 130,000 positions had to fill before this one made $19. It is going to die. Even knowing you're going to have this accelerated here for 2 tickets, or 200 tickets, first off, it's going to be the guy in spot 1 that puts those 200 in there. Then it's going to be spot 2 and 3 that go in there. So there's going to be 600 more spots in front of you if you come in after them. This thing is going to die. It can't keep going. The levels keep doubling. When you get into the million levels, there aren't going to be enough positions bought to keep it going. This company is not going to be having, if you need 2 million positions at $6, that's $12 million that need to come in to do this. But here's some other red flags. I want to go to my screen to share this. Here's some red flags I've come across. Number one, I've been asking if anybody's been paid, and a lot of people, they show their stats that they've got money in their back office. I'm like, no, have you received the money yet? Have you received the funds? Well, they're not going to make the first payment till the end of July. It's been around since early June. There's approximately over 25,000, so I have 21. The guy I talked to, he said there's at least 25,000 positions. Times $6, that's $150,000 that the owner has right now in his account. He hasn't paid anybody. There's $150,000 sitting there. If this thing dies in June or in July, let's say the middle of July it dies and he shuts everything down. You think he's going to be kind enough to give the money back to people that have money in their back office? I think this is a scam number 1 Ponzi scheme about to shut down and go away. And the thing is, people are buying 10, 20, 30, 40 spots because they've never made money online. They're seeing stuff in their back office, and they got in early enough where they're in the upper levels, and they're thinking this thing's just genius. And I'm going to show you a chat that proves most people don't understand how this works, and they're getting in hoping. And they're getting in thinking this guy, because he talks so well and says, everybody helping everybody. We're all building one matrix. We're helping everybody. No, it only helps the people at the top. The people at the bottom are going to get burned and burned bad because they're getting hope, and it's a black mark on this industry because affiliate marketing and network marketing are great opportunities, but you have to get involved with a good company and learn what to do. It doesn't come free, and people are getting in this because they think, just get in and wait your turn. It doesn't work that way. It keeps doubling and doubling and doubling, and we're already at the point when I'm seeing that my position, the first level's already in the 20,000s, and it's going to have to go to 40 and 80. I'm never going to see anything. Plus, I don't think this thing's going to last long enough for him to ever pay any money. He's going to take it and run. I've also heard a rumor, and a red flag, he's going to start a similar program with crypto. And that way he can double dip before he shuts down. But this thing isn't going to make it. And it just so many red flags. Why would you hold the money till the end of July? Why wouldn't you just start putting money in people's back office right away? Every company I've ever worked with, maybe I had a week or a 2-week holding period, but there was never a 2-month holding period on paying people's commissions. That's just ridiculous. And then there's been so much money paid into this already. It's a huge red flag. I'm going to go back to my screen and share something else. Hold on. I want to share the chat I came across to prove my point. Okay, here's a screenshot of the chat that was going on that I screenshot. I erased the names so we wouldn't know who they are. But a guy from BC, Canada joined only 5 weeks ago, purchased 4 positions, no movement. Is it too soon? And he's wondering why I see in other ones. And he got a response. Easiest way is to look at your matrix number, take the front number, which is a level, and then double it for the first one, double it again, and double it again to fill. So he basically told him that. He said his number is 15,883. So he's got to double it to 30 to get the first two, double it to 60 to get the 4 positions, and then double it to 120 positions before he's going to make 19. That's a lot of positions. But the conversation went on a little further. So let's go to number 2. So this is it again, number 2. And he doesn't understand it. He tells him what his number is. And he tells him 127 to get $19. Now this guy says it's not so accurate, but it is pretty accurate. So he's asking, what does it mean? Well, you got to add all those up, and that's how many positions it's going to take. So it's kind of accurate, not 100%, but it's a good conversation. But it gets better, because right here, welcome, glad you made. They welcome somebody else. But then right here, there are so many variables that go into when a person would cycle, there's really no way to predict. I really think it's too soon for your position to move yet. It's a wonderful surprise when you get that email that says you cycled. And then somebody responds, excellent explanation. This is not an explanation. This doesn't tell you how it works. This doesn't tell you anything. And yet this person is emotionally charged thinking it's been explained because they want it to work. And thank you. You didn't explain anything. I've explained it better. The levels double. They do have the accelerator at the 200 positions you get, which is only going to move it a little longer, but it's still going to stall. And let's go to the last page. And it's awesome. Thanks. Looking forward to seeing cycling this weekend. They're saying it takes about, so many days. And there's $90. This person has $95 they've supposedly earned already and has 15 referrals. The problem with this, again, no one's been actually paid yet, and I don't think it's going to pay. So there's some of the red flags. They haven't paid anybody yet. The numbers are doubling in order to move down the next level. And I can see it, if I go into the chats and see it, I see people putting pictures of their matrices, and all those levels have to double. This diagram, the diagram that I showed, this diagram is correct. This is correct. It takes 14 positions for the number 1 to cycle. It does take 28 for this to cycle, 56 for this person to cycle, and it just keeps increasing as you drop down levels. It gets harder and harder to cycle as you go. So if it gets more, and you need more and more positions for each person to cycle, that's a Ponzi scheme. It takes more and more people to feed the money to pay it out. It is a Ponzi scheme. It's not going to work. I don't like bursting bubbles because there's a lot of enthusiasm. But I had the guy to tell me, you can't afford $6 because I told him I didn't want to do it. And I said, no, it's going to die. He goes, you don't even want to take a chance for $6? And this is the problem. It's emotionally charged. I'm basing my decision on reality and truth. People are throwing money at this like it's gambling. But if you just look at it, it doesn't hold water. It doesn't pass the smell test. I mean, the words they use, the abundance, fasten your seatbelt, and they're putting up the pictures of people that have money in their back office. And I can guarantee this, the top 10 levels, because you really don't start doubling big numbers until you go, top 10 levels, these people might all be connected. I don't know who's who. The owner himself might own the first 3 levels. I mean, if I had a matrix like this, I'd want the first top 3 levels, and I'm sure he knows what he's doing. Everybody that comes in, every position that gets filled is in his matrix, but not yours. The bigger it grows, the less that fall into your matrix, but everyone's in his matrix, pushing him through. He's in it to make his money, and he makes it sound good, but it's a broken system, and all I can do is caution you and say, don't do it. I mean, get out of it. If you want to learn how to make money online, take the time and get with a mentor. Get with me. I'll teach you how to make money online. I have Zooms every Saturday. I have one tomorrow. I'll have the link down there. Come see who we are. I just started doing them again. The Zooms are small. We're going to grow it back up again. I had to take some time off, and, well, people forget about what you're doing, about your Zooms. But our team is growing, and we have a great team, and we're teaching people how to make money online and not hope to make money online. Anytime someone tells you you don't have to do nothing, just put your money in, it should be a red flag. It should be a red flag. There's no such thing as unless you're investing. And even that is a high risk thing, depending unless you know what you're doing. I'd rather work for my living. But that's what I got. It doesn't work. Buyer beware. It's just too good to be true. And my opinion, this thing's going to die real soon, probably in a couple weeks. It's already slowing down, and I can see people wondering, I've been here 7 days, nothing, and blah, 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 and it's going to slow down. And I don't think the people that have money in their back office are going to get paid either, because I think this thing will go away before he ever sends anybody a check. Anyway, that's what I got for Friday. Sorry to burst some bubbles, but have a great weekend and hope to see you tomorrow. Bye.